Let me tell y'all something. One of the biggest mistakes you can make is running around telling people what you do, what you working on, or where you headed. That's how you mess up your own blessings. Some of y'all talk too much. And when you talk too much, you invite negativity, doubt, and all kind of foolishness into your life. One of the biggest mistakes people make is talking too much about what they're working on. They get excited, they have a new idea, a new goal, a big move they're about to make, and the first thing they do is run and tell everybody. They tell their friends, their family, their coworkers, anybody who will listen. And what happens? Instead of encouragement, instead of support, they get doubt, negativity, and skepticism. People start questioning them, making them second guess their own abilities. Some folks don't even mean harm, but they still bring doubt. They hit you with questions like, are you sure about that? You think that's going to work? That sounds risky. And before you know it, you start questioning yourself. You were confident when you first had the idea, but now, because of what somebody else said, you're wondering if you're making the right move. This is what happens when you talk too much. You open the door for doubt to creep in. Then there are the people who don't want you to win at all. They'll smile in your face, but deep down, they don't want to see you do better than them. And the moment you tell them your plans, they start planting seeds of discouragement. They might say little things to make you hesitate, or worse, they'll go behind your back and try to block your opportunities. Some people don't need to know your next move because they're not cheering for you. They're secretly hoping you fail. Talking too much also drains your energy. Every time you explain yourself to someone who doesn't believe in you, you're wasting time and mental strength that you could be using to actually do the work. Instead of putting that energy into proving yourself, put it into action. Keep your plans to yourself. And don't give people the opportunity to talk you out of your own success. The more you talk, the more obstacles you create for yourself. A lot of people assume that just because they're excited about something, the people around them will be excited too. They think their family, friends, or coworkers will automatically be happy for them when they share their goals or achievements. But the hard truth is, not everyone is rooting for you. Some people don't want to see you grow because your growth reminds them of their own stagnation. They're comfortable where they are, and the moment they see you trying to elevate, it makes them uncomfortable. Some people have known you for years and they've put you in a box. In their mind, you're supposed to stay the same person you've always been. So when you start talking about a new business, a new job, or a new opportunity, they resist it. They'll remind you of your past mistakes, bring up every reason why you might fail, and act like they're just looking out for you. But in reality, they just don't want to see you step into something greater because it disrupts their perception of who you are. Then there are those who secretly compete with you. They act like they support you, but deep down they see you as competition. The moment you share your plans, they start figuring out how to get ahead of you, do it before you, or block you from getting there. Some of them will even pretend to be supportive just to keep an eye on what you're doing. They'll smile, ask questions, act like they care when really they're gathering information to use against you. Even the people closest to you can sometimes project their fears onto you. If they've never taken risks, if they've never stepped out on faith, they'll assume you can't either. They'll tell you it's too hard, too risky, or that you should play it safe. But their fears have nothing to do with your destiny. What they think is impossible might just be your reality waiting to happen. If you're not careful, you'll let their doubts become your doubts, and that's how dreams get destroyed before they even have a chance to live. Dreams are delicate. They start as small ideas, quiet thoughts, little sparks of inspiration that need time to grow. When you first get a vision for something big, It's like planting a seed in the soil. You don't just throw it out in the open for everybody to see. You dig a hole, you cover it up, and you give it time to take root. If you expose it too soon, it won't survive. The same thing happens when you share your dreams with the wrong people. Some people don't have the vision to see what you see, and their words can kill an idea before it even has a chance to grow. They don't mean to, but their doubt, their negativity, and their limited mindset can choke the life out of something that could have been great. They'll tell you it's too hard, that you're not qualified, that too many other people have already tried, and if you listen to them, you'll start believing it. There are also people who see your potential before you do, and instead of encouraging you, they try to stop you. They know if you follow through, you might just succeed, and that scares them. They don't want to be left behind. They don't want to see you grow past them. So they'll do everything they can to keep you from stepping into your full potential. Sometimes it's subtle, a small comment here or there. Other times it's direct discouragement, telling you straight up that you'll never make it. That's why you have to be careful with who you share your dreams with. Not everybody is meant to know what you're working on. Some things need to be nurtured in silence, protected from outside opinions and negativity. Just like a seed needs time to grow roots before it breaks through the surface, your dreams need time to develop before you put them on display. The stronger they get in private, the harder it will be for anyone to tear them down when they finally come to life. Success is loud, but the journey to get there should be quiet. Too many people want to announce every move before they've even taken a step. They talk about the business they're going to start, the big opportunity they're chasing, or the goals they're about to accomplish. But the problem is, when you speak too soon, you give people the chance to doubt you, criticize you, or block you before you've even begun. Real success doesn't need an introduction. When you truly achieve something, people will see it for themselves. You don't have to explain, you don't have to convince anyone, and you don't have to prove anything. The results will speak louder than any words ever could. Instead of telling people what you're about to do, focus on actually doing it. Let your work be your voice. When you constantly talk about your plans, you create unnecessary pressure on yourself. Now you've got people watching, waiting, and sometimes even hoping to see you fail. You put yourself in a position where you feel the need to rush, to prove something, or to meet expectations that were never even necessary in the first place. When you keep things to yourself, you move with freedom. You take your time, you adjust when needed, and you focus on progress without distractions. There's also a power in surprising people. When they don't see you coming, they can't prepare to stop you. When you move in silence, you control the narrative. No one can throw obstacles in your way because they don't even know which direction you're going. The best moments in life happen when people thought you were standing still, but suddenly you show up winning. The loudest people in the room are usually the ones with the least to show for it. They're busy talking while others are busy working. The ones who truly succeed don't waste time announcing every step they take. They stay focused, put in the effort, and let their results do all the talking. When you achieve something real, the world will notice, whether you say a word or not. Your vision is yours. It wasn't given to your family, your friends, or the people around you. It was given to you. That means not everyone will understand it, and that's okay. Too many people make the mistake of looking for validation from others before they even take the first step. They want confirmation that their idea is good, that their plan makes sense, that their dream is worth chasing. But the truth is, most people can't see what you see because it wasn't meant for them. When you go around looking for approval, You give other people power over your dreams. You allow their opinions to shape your decisions. If they tell you it won't work, you start believing it. If they don't get excited, you start second guessing yourself. And before you know it, you've talked yourself out of something you were meant to do, all because somebody else couldn't see the vision that was given to you. Some of the greatest success stories come from people who ignored the doubt and went after their dreams anyway. They didn't wait for everyone to understand. They didn't wait for the world to clap for them. They just put in the work, stayed focused, and let their results prove what they already knew. If they had waited for validation, they never would have started in the first place. It's natural to want support, but you have to be careful who you look to for it. Some people will never encourage you because they don't believe in themselves. They project their own fears onto you. If they've never stepped out on faith, they'll tell you not to either. If they've never built something great, they'll convince you that you can't either. But their limits don't have to be your limits. The only validation you need is the belief you have in yourself. If you can see it, if you can feel it, if you know deep down that it's meant for you, then that other people don't have to understand it for it to be real. There is power in moving in silence. Too many people get caught up in the habit of announcing their every move, telling the world what they're about to do before they even start doing it. But when you keep things to yourself, you maintain control. You protect your energy, you protect your ideas, and you avoid unnecessary interference from people who don't have your best interests at heart. When people don't know what you're up to, they can't sabotage your plans. Some folks don't want to see you succeed, and the moment they hear you're making progress, they'll start looking for ways to slow you down. They'll plant seeds of doubt, spread negativity, or even try to take what you're working on for themselves.